Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War World Lore event, week 9, day 7. So today, of course, we're going to be going over all the spoilers for the following week as we do every single Sunday night. Before we do get into that though, don't forget that we do have some things still going on this week that are pretty important. The most noteworthy one, of course, being the weapon that ended up coming out this weekend on Friday, the Abel crystal. It is available in Soulforge or through the Invasion event. If you throw 250 gems at the Invasion event or spend that to go get it here, you can end up getting the gosh, I can never say this thing, the Abel crystal, and it's basically like Jar Vise. A different version of Jar Vise. Pretty good. Has Entangle attached to it. Has a green storm attached to it. Not the absolute best weapon in the game, but definitely pretty high up there as far as weapons are concerned, and definitely one you want to make sure you have, as it will be pretty useful going forward. So if you haven't already gotten that, definitely make sure to do so, because if you don't get it by the next like 6 hours or so, you're gonna have to wait about 7 months, 6 months to go get it. Of course, you could use Jar Vise and Evil, stuff like that as kind of like alternatives, but there are situations where that weapon will be better compared to them. And other than that, of course, we still have just the normal invasions and tower defense end up finishing out, which is just the World Lore event, of course, which I believe we have both of them completed already, if I'm not mistaken. I think I didn't claim the last of the rewards for invasions, though, but we do have them done. And we get ourselves the 2 minor orbs in the major. And let's go into spoilers as soon as we see what we got here. Ooh! Aw! Almost really good. That would have been a purple or a blue, but at least we got a minor blue. Got something out of it. But anyways, let's go bring up all the spoilers. So we got quite a few things going on this week. Most noteworthy one probably being a new faction this Friday. As far as the new troop that we're getting tomorrow, though, on Monday, we are getting deal damage to an enemy, boosted by mana of all red enemies. And I did not actually double check what this thing's boost ratio is, though it's probably not relevant enough. it's almost guarantee low enough to. This is just completely dead content. And then it drains 5 mana from all red enemies. Even if you're up against an all red team, that's so situational for you to actually end up using. And the only good trait it has is Arcane, so it doesn't even have like a half mana start. However, it can half mana start off of Urska, or Urska bonus, though it's not really worth building around. As far as the event that we have going on next week, there are 5 battles that players can encounter during the event. The Minogor, the Mongo, the Pride, the Chief Stronghorn, and the Curandera. The first... Oh, wait, do we actually get to fight the Curandera? That'd be interesting if so. That'd be the first time we actually fight it in-game, even though it's not ownable right now. The first 4 battles to appear are randomly chosen, but they all have an equal chance of appearing on the map. The battle against Curandera will only appear after the player wins 4 of the other battles. However, his battle will not hang around, so you have to do it immediately. If you don't fight him immediately, he will vanish. Either way, after that, all battles reset, and you'll need to fight another 4 to spawn the Curandera. So basically, you get a guaranteed Curandera spawn every 5th battle. And from that, you end up getting 4 Taurus hides for everything. What? Wait, what? Whatever happened to rarities? But yeah, everything gives 4 points except for the thing. Taurus hides are only worth 1 point each, so yeah, 4 points. And the Curandera's wings are worth 12 points for whatever reason. That's a weird number, but sure. And as the battles get harder against Minogor, Mongo, Pride, and Chief Stronghorn, they will increase the amount of Taurus hides given by 25%. So taking the level does actually matter. So higher level matters. However, higher level is actually the only thing that matters. If these things are different rarities, that means absolutely nothing. Because the only thing that actually matters on them is their level, not their rarity. And obviously, you always take the Curandera battle regardless. But, yeah, level, not rarity, actually matters next week, which is kind of different than how it normally is. However, they could all be ultra rare battles, with the other one being mythic battles, so they might actually all be same rarity. We don't currently know. But basically, every single battle is worth the same amount of points, except for the very final battle with the Curandera one, which is worth 24, which is like 20 points more. Okay, I guess that's why they made it 2 12s, because it comes to 24. However, you do get extra bonuses on the other 4. The 4 smaller ones if you are taking a higher level. So it is always best to take the higher level one. So if you have a bunch of battles there and not counting Curandera, but if all the battles not counting Curandera are, you know, like some low, some high, you'd want to take the highest ones to make sure that you can get more hides from those battles if you're trying to maximize on them. So taking highest level will be pretty important to end up doing. And obviously always take Curandera. So that'll pretty much be the invasion event then. I mean, World Lore event. Anyways, In more interesting news, we got a new faction coming this Friday. And of course, that comes with 4 new troops, a new weapon, and technically a new pet. I didn't actually bring up the whole thing for the new pet, but might as well show it too. But anyways, this faction is rather useless as far as outside of the game mode. But we'll still go over them, of course. We got the Deadobots. All of them, except the Legend, have a percent chance to instant kill themselves, so you gotta be careful with that. As far as this thing, it gives all other allies a quarter of their mana, and then creates 8 red gems for each enemy with full mana. This could theoretically be really good if you could first turn this to full mana while the enemy has 2, 3, or 4 empowers at the start of battle. Obviously, this is very exceedingly unlikely, or even if they just get it at some point in the battle. And again, this is exceedingly unlikely that they would get that without having an extra turn. The most you would normally have is 2 empowers on the opposing team, which would allow this to create 16 reds, which in itself is kind of good in the sense that it also uses red itself. However, the 10% instant kill on itself is very high liability, because if that ends up happening, it's going to fail. Like, the whole team premise that was set up around it is going to fail. The only time I would ever see this being viable is if you can empower it to full mana off of extra turn, off of either a red convert or a purple convert, while against 2 or 3 empower troops. If that is ever the scenario of the battle, this thing could theoretically be used. However, in every other situation, I do not foresee this ever being meta in any way, shape, or form. But basically, unless you're up against like a 2 or 3 empower team, and you can set it like an anti-empower kind of setup, that's the only time you're really going to bring that out. And that's so rare that I wouldn't really advise it. Smashabot for the ultra rare. It explodes all red gems, which is not bad. It's 13 mana cost. And then it gets to deal magic plus 4 damage to the first enemy, boosted by its armor at a 3-to-1 boost ratio. So if it has something like 90 armor, that's 30 additional damage. And there's a 10% chance it'll self-destruct, like pretty much everything here. It has a chance that it'll end up killing itself from casting. The only thing that's really noteworthy on this is it does have armored. So being able to get that high mana accumulation in first slot, while also having some score reduction, is pretty nice. So ends up working out. But it's basically going to be your tank for this faction, essentially. Next up, we got the Epic. As far as what it ends up doing, it deals magic plus 3 damage to an enemy with a 50% chance to do triple damage. So this thing could theoretically do a lot of damage. Otherwise, it's just going to do almost nothing, and it has a percent chance that it will kill itself like everything else. So this thing doesn't have a condition on if it'll do the triple damage, in the sense that it doesn't matter what typing they are. It'll simply just get to triple damage based on pure luck on if it does or does not. It's a 50-50 roll. So overall, you could theoretically look at it as his damage is just 1.5 times higher than what it normally would be. So whatever his value is generally on average going to hit 1.5 times more, separated into a 1 times and a 4 times hit, in the sense that his normal hit is a 1 times and the 3 times multiplier is a 4 times. But, you know, as far as overall damage. But, yeah, overall, not going to be that good. It's very underwhelming. And it does have armored as well, but the other one for mana accumulation is probably going to be way better. And I don't really foresee this thing being useful, even within the context of the delve, let alone outside of the delve. And other than that, we got a legendary, the Tink Steam Whistle. He is a brown-yellow, 15 mana cost. Gives magic plus 1 armor and life to all allies, which already sounds bad. And it is. The rest of its ability doesn't get any better. Boosted by red gems at a 1-to-1. And then it summons 1 to 3 Tinkertown bots. This will at least be good, if nothing else, for doing faction, but pure faction. But outside of this game mode, it is never going to be used. It does have that fortitude trait like all dwarves do, which does give it a bit of immunity. However, its very final trait is a dual storm, so it's not really going to be able to do much with that. Its dual storm is red-yellow, if I'm not mistaken. The same colors that Donna ends up using, as well as the same colors, I believe, of the faction, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, it's yeah, it is definitely red-yellow, the faction. But overall, I don't really foresee any use for red-yellow storm. It might kind of work with the Vinish Ball Aquilin meta. However, I'm not sure if you could really fit it into that team, given that it doesn't count as a divine or anything. So you're going to be starting this thing with 0 mana, unless you were to start it with 20% off the thing. But then you have to waste one of your medals for that. But overall, I don't foresee him really being useful. Maybe Divinish Ball Quillen kind of squeezing it in there, because obviously that team is really red-yellow heavy. I'm not sure of any red-yellow meta team other than that where it could really kind of be slotted in. And overall, I don't really foresee the Storm being valuable enough to bother putting that in and wasting an entire slot that you could be putting something else for. So overall, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be dead content, as many things are with this faction. Other than that, we got a weapon coming in, obviously, as we do with every faction. Ends up dealing magic plus 3 damage to an enemy, and if you have a mech, it gets to eliminate 12 armor from them, which isn't really much. And then it conjures a Electrostorm, which if I'm not mistaken is the exact same dual storm as this guy, which is kind of interesting, as if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that a weapon has a dual storm attached to it. So we kind of basically get confirmation with this that they will be adding dual storms into the future onto weapons. Is this a good thing? No. In most situations, probably not. However, this will be the first weapon ever with a dual storm attached to it, also meaning it's the first time ever a hero can use a dual storm. This isn't really relevant because it's a pretty weak dual storm to type. But overall, it's probably going to be pretty bad. Not really used for much, if anything at all. And as far as its perks, it has... actually, we don't even know. It doesn't actually show us. That's kind of weird. We know it for all the other ones, but for whatever reason, they don't show the 4 additional perks for this one. That is very strange, but we'll find out on Friday, apparently. That's probably not anything good. Unless it has like an extra turn on cast, this thing is not going to be useful. Or something else that's like equally as good, like maybe a chant. Even that would probably not be useful on it. But anyways, other than that, might as well go show the pet real quick. We already showed everything else. Obviously, it doesn't matter too much. This is a cosmetic pet. But as far as the pet that we have going on, we have ourselves... oh, yeah, I forgot. We actually have 2 pets because we have one for International Dog Day. The International Dog Day, we have a wizard. Can you guys even see this? Wait, let me open this in a new tab. Hold up. 1 second. Let's see. There it goes. Now you guys can see it. But, yeah, it's basically just a dog. A dog wizard with a little bone thing and a bone other thing. A belt and a, I'm not sure what you'd call that on a hat. I guess it's a little decoration. But, yeah, this is a pet that we're getting on Wednesday. It's fully cosmetic. And that's what I wanted to do. And the other one is this one over here. This is the one coming on Friday, as long as you get at least 2,000 renown. It looks like a mech with wings holding a chopstick. Interesting. I assume that's what that is. What on earth would that be? Is that a hammer and it just looks dark because of the background thing? No, I think that's just a stick. I don't think that's a hammer. I am confused. These 3 things combined are somewhat confusing. A stick, wings, and a mech. Interesting. But anyways, that's the 2 pets that we're getting next week. One on Wednesday being the dog, and the which you can pretty much get very easily. And then the Friday mech thing. It could be a pencil. He's holding it backwards, though. And it doesn't have an eraser. And it doesn't have a tip that can write. I have no clue. Walking cane. You wouldn't hold a walking cane like that, though. I don't know. Also, he has wings. Why would he need to walk? But anyways, I'm not going to question it. Anyways, so that's all the things coming around this week. Yardstick. Let's just go clear through dailies and go get on that token grind. Because we finished out invasions and everything, so nothing else we need to do there. Dwarves don't make mistakes. Oh, so I didn't even say hello to everyone. Let me go do that. 1 second. Let me fix chat. I actually couldn't see all of it. There we go. Hello, Bill. Hello, Isabel. Hello, DeCreo. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Original. Hello, Birdleaf. Hello, Alan. Hello, Andre. Let's see. Wait, it still echoes? Wait, is the mic echoing right now? Oh, no. Is the mic okay? We did a whole stream and no one brought it up earlier. Let's see. Is the mic still slightly off? I didn't actually test it before I stream. Or the other one. Let's see. Hello, Foro. Hello, Jefferson. A magic wand? It kind of looks like a magic wand. But that would make even less sense. Like a magic wand on a mech. Because there's even anti-magic mechs. Let's see. Hello, Zeddicus. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Oh no, is anyone else hearing an echo? I'll have to check it after the fact. Oh, we got a mech gnome. Speaking of mechs. 12 epic ingots. That would normally be good, but well, actually every drop he has other than Volkeys I don't need. Because we already got all of our ingots, and we will forever pretty much at this point. We have such an excess. You put it inside of spokes on a wheel to stop it. Oh, yeah, it could be one of those. That'd make a little bit more sense for a mech faction. To kind of like put it in between gears or something. Kind of like as the same premise. I don't know. Hey, double mech gnome. It knew we were going over mechs for Friday, and now they just want to keep a pairing apparently. That'd be funny if they actually made this week increase the rate of a mech gnome. That's not the case, but it would be funny. It's just a coincidence that we got so many mech gnomes back to back. Purely coincidence. Also, it's technically not even next week yet. I guess theoretically is. Some people consider Sunday the start of the week. Depends which way you look at it. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Also, we got through Spiritfarer on our previous stream. We might do one more stream for it sometime in the future after they do a bit of a patch. But yeah, we're pretty much done with it. It was a pretty good game. Enjoyed it a lot. Highly advise. Also, Gustav had probably the best death speech I've ever seen in a game. Really liked it. It's a social distancing stick. Oh, gosh. That's pretty funny. Well, they literally made like a meerkat thing with a mask on earlier. Actually, what was that, Pat? I didn't even bother equipping it. I meant to. Where's that meerkat with a mask? We're gonna make that our pet. I normally put whatever our most recent one is. I didn't even equip it. What is that? That's not a meerkat. What's that? It's some kind of Australian thing, isn't it? Isn't this a thing? I forget what that's called. It's not a kangaroo. It's like that one, like, almost like rat thing, but it's not a rat. That's like similar to a rat. Has a special name. Let's see. Is it actually called marsupial? Because I know that they're making a joke on it. Mask-supial. Let's see. But anyways, we'll equip that little guy. Until we get the pet on Wednesday. Give him a few days to be used. Until we replace him on Wednesday. And then replace him again on Friday. Where's my Phoenicia team? Do I even need to switch to Phoenicia team? I guess I will. I need to switch to Magic anyway, so. And then again, I don't know. I guess we will. Where's my Phoenicia? There it is. We'll switch to Magic real quick to run these down. Might as well. Good to go. Alright, let's go run them down. With all the one-shots. A wallaby? Do I remember that name? I remember what it looks like visually. But I forget its name. Yeah, wallaby might be right. Oh, so hello, Dizin, by the way. Welcome. And of course, as with every Sunday, it is always worth throwing 50 gems for the 80 diamonds. I don't even need diamonds, and I still do it because it's such good value. Only on Sundays is it worth it. All the other days are not as good value. Yeah, we still need more people. So if anyone still wants to join the guild, if you could do 1.5 million gold or more, we still need 2 people. Or sorry, 3 people. We lost another. We'll end up leaving then. But yeah, we need 3 people. We can still technically do Guild Wars with 27 out of 30. Because the 27 out of 30 that they end up doing for the thing. However, that'd be cutting it right on the line, meaning that we actually have to take every single score. But if anyone can do 1.5 million plus gold, let me know, as we need 3 people. Now we need to go hire my recruiters. I haven't really been doing it that hard lately, though. Need to be. But I'll probably, if no one else gets more people in my guild, probably look around for Tuesday in global chat and stuff. Should have enough time on Tuesday to hopefully fill it back up. Which, of course, is after Guild Wars, but wait, you'd have to do it for Monday, don't you? So yeah, we'd only have like the next 6 hours if we want to do it before Guild Wars. But due to 27 out of 30, I don't mind taking a longer amount of time to make sure that we get the right people to fill in the 3 slots. Because I'd rather we go down a little bit on this Guild Wars than get people that wouldn't be good long term. But anyways, we don't need anything in there. Why am I even in that screen? Let me go under the our tokens and let's go hunt for some explore. Let's see, where can we even hunt here? I'm pretty sure global is being spammed like crazy right now, given that it's right before Guild Wars. Yeah. Yeah, normally you're gonna see like almost every other comment being like a Guild War advertisement, because yeah, it's Guild Wars. It's Guild Wars in next week, so everyone's kind of getting their last bit of peoples right at the end. I think if they're missing 1, 2, 3, or multiple. But like half a global chat right now is just advertisements. That tends to happen a lot. Which is another reason not to really go for it at this time. But after everyone already does it onto Tuesday or Wednesday, it should be a lot easier to get people if they're not already committed to a guild during that time. That or waiting until the following Monday as well tends to be pretty good for it, because then the Guild Wars is over and people don't need to worry about like leaving mid Guild War. Anyways, where's my 20%? That isn't one of the ones I don't want to do. Oh, there it is. It was next to them. I didn't notice it, but it's Darkstone, actually. I keep forgetting that Darkstone is a viable one whenever it's like right next to them. Because I see like one big bunched up group and it's like, oh yeah, all of them are the ones we shouldn't do. But and then whenever there's one close that actually is one that we're supposed to do, it's kind of gets hidden within them. My guild did end up getting it. There were 2 people down too. Well, 3 or like 3, I guess, at this point. But I don't know. I haven't found invasions, the monthly invasions on the weekend to be too bad for the most part. They scaled it down quite a bit compared to normal invasions. So it's not like as many points as you used to need for invasions. But of course, you only have 3 days rather than 7. It really just depends if a lot of people don't get their battles in or not. What happens with the stats from the artifacts? They go away after the event. So basically what happens with artifact stacks is they keep stacking up to 10 weeks. And then after the campaign ends, they all go away. And then it starts back from 0 again, as far as those bonus stats. So right now we have, for example, we have currently, also I didn't go over it, but we get these emojis next week. And if you're got the Elite Pass, you get some more Carandera. Nothing really too relevant. But anyways, currently we have this amount of stats. Then next week we'll have this much stats. In 2 weeks will be this many. 3 weeks will be this many. 4 weeks will be this many. 5 weeks will be this many. And 6 weeks will be back to 0. And then it'll still be 0. And then that following week, and once it becomes 0, you'll be able to get it to something similar to this. And then 2 weeks, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. But basically at the end of the campaign, it gets reset all the way back to 0, essentially, as far as the artifacts. So you'll have this in 5 weeks for now for the final week of campaign on campaign week 10. However, after campaign week 10, all these extra stats will go all the way down to 0 when it's not the campaign. Only that final week of campaign will have that full amount of stats. What do we need here? Grab that for now. I'm actually going to go for Flamer for here. The main reason being that the 1 mana that it gives is actually going to be enough mana to get that 1 mana we need. Conveniently. That should be enough to kill. Very conveniently. Oh, Alowin ended up retiring. Aw. A lot of long-time players have been retiring lately. Some because of 5.0 patch. Others just in general. Hello, Damon! Welcome! Also, hello, Jose. But I still get a lot of fun out of this game. Did we really dismiss the Doom Skull fail? Actually, I might as well just take the skull. Just to make sure he doesn't somehow miss all those. Because if he somehow missed that Doom Skull, we actually might not have killed there if I took the Destroy. Oh, he is stealthy. We can't even get rid of his last little bit right there. However, we can probably get rid of it like that. And there we go. And then kill that, and then this match. Very much dead. Oh, I need to go read it then. What do we need here? Grab that down. We then get a nice big split. Oh, that's stealthy getting in our way. Oh, where's the next 20% hiding at? Kazale, which is an annoying place, really annoying place to run Iron Gut. But luckily, Zugov doesn't have to deal with that issue. I believe this place has the most amount of immune to devour of any kingdom in the game. Let's see, we'll throw that down. And somehow not enough mana. That is though. Then we get the big miss follow-up. It's probably just easier killing with skulls at this point. Then again, we're still one short. Speaking of one short, 1 mana short. Fail. And he's dead. Oh, I'll take that for now. Hello, Drock Savage! I've been doing pretty well. Been starting to exercise more lately too. Slowly. Getting back in the habit of it. Been needing to. Been cooped up so much because of the virus. Oh, throw that down for now. All that fondue. I haven't had fondue in like 7 months. I know it's actually mostly been treadmill. Though I did play Ring Fit a couple times the last week or so. But it's mostly been treadmill. I like walking. No, I wasn't doing Uno with it. Actually, I was doing Animal Crossing. Because Animal Crossing is really slow paced to the point that you can actually play it while on a treadmill without really messing up. Because aside from fishing, you can't really mess up with anything. Regardless how slow you do it. Hey, Nanu today. Nice. See if we can actually get a Nisha. We got like 6 Arachnia last night. But no Anu or Nisha. Yeah, there's our daily 20 gems. I haven't got a 100 gem one for a while. However, it is approximately only once in every 20 days. There's a 5% chance of occurring every day. Assuming you clear the previous objective. And also, we're still trying to get pretty close to 1,600. I forget if it was an armor or HP now. I think it was an armor at 1,600. Right, we're getting there. Give it like 2 more Volt events, we'll be there. Especially with Pity Timer now actually encouraging us. Because the big issue with Volt events before was you get pretty much nothing up front. And then kind of get discouraged and then stop farming a bit. However, up front is where you actually get all your keys now, due to the Pity Timer. Like, if you're getting unlucky, the start of it's where you get all your keys, pretty much. Since within the first few hours, you'd get several keys from the Pity Timer. And obviously, that has diminishing return over time. However, it does make it so it kind of gets rid of that, like, that initial dry streak if you happen to get it towards the beginning. Because if you go, like, 2, 3, 4 hours getting no keys, you're still at least getting some default keys, which makes it seem like you're not getting, or it makes it seem like you're still getting something rather than nothing. And yeah, we hit pretty good last weekend. We did what, 25? I think it was 25 vault keys, counting Pity Timer, of course, which wasn't that bad at all. I believe it was actually the highest we ever had for any week that wasn't a buffed week. Like for a Vault event that didn't have like any kind of arbitrary buff to it. Because that's permanent, the effect that we had for the most recent Vault event. It only occurs during Vault events, however, it's permanent for every Vault event going forward. Let's kill that just in case. Don't need escaping. I should have taken brown into that. And again, I didn't really need much brown mana, did we? Kill that before he gets summoned. Unfortunately, he still finds a way to summon off himself. Good job. And he's not even burning because it was summoned. So we didn't have time to burn it yet. Nothing is impervious. Though we can still just kill it out with that, so that works. Let's see. Let's go for that one. No, I've been doing pretty good. I haven't ordered any fast food, including no pizza or anything like that, for 6 months now, I believe. Almost 7 months. It is actually the longest ever that I've done that for. Like my entire life, at any point. We have gone almost 7 months now with no fast food. Yes, I have been making homemade Hawaiian pizza on occasion, but I haven't been ordering it. What do I go for here? Go for that for now. I still hate cooking though. Like that hasn't changed. I normally go for like really simple things like egg, salad, stuff like that. Only problem is I still buy junk on occasion. So I haven't actually been like losing weight. Because I still buy chips on occasion, ice cream, stuff like that. Can't resist. Need to though. Let's see, I'll throw that down. Oh, I can't target you, can I? Whoops. Let's see. I'll take that for now. That's probably one of the biggest things keeping me from losing weight, though. I eat way too many chips. Like, with almost anything, I'll, like, add chips with it. Not, like, literally everything. But I feel like I eat them, like, almost every, like, third day these days. It's because there's something really quick, and they go with almost everything. And we'll kill that up. Yeah, there's still no info on the next mythic. Salty might go over it next week, Monday. Like this Monday, I'm pretty sure she's going over the faction. Or did she go over the faction already? If she already went over the faction, she might go over it on the Monday. I haven't been catching her streams lately, so I'm not sure. Oops, he has double impervious in the middle. Whoops. That's not good. Oh yes, I have the same problem with Pringles. The main two I've been going for recently is sour cream and onion and barbecue. Let's see. What do we even go for here? I'll take that for now. And just get a nice big destroy in there. Hello, Remmerford! Welcome. Though the main thing I like about Pringles is if you buy a bag of chips, well, other than the fact that it's almost entirely air, you might overeat. But if you just have, because of having to close it and seal it up and everything, but with something like Pringles, like it's so easy to like seal it up. So you just like take a few, put it away. It's a lot easier to not overeat. So if you're gonna eat chips, it's anything in that kind of container, I find to actually work best, just because I personally find I don't overeat them as much compared to like if you get like a physical bag of chips. Let's see. Yeah, it would make sense at tomorrow's faction because Friday's faction. So that means next Monday's probably Mythic then. So that means we don't know till next week's Monday, and 8 days from now what the Mythic will be unless they update the files prior to then. But we are indeed getting a Mythic on the first Friday of next month, as we do every month. It's pretty long into the month though. If I'm not mistaken, it is the last possible day that a Mythic can ever occur. Because it's happening on like, what, the 7th or something? Oh, never mind. It doesn't fall exactly at the end. It falls on the 4th. Never mind. That's not the last possible day that it could fall on. This month was actually the last possible day that it could fall on. This month, Mythic came out on the 7th, which is the latest into a month it can ever occur. Next month's on the 4th. Let's see, we'll go for that for now. Now we'll get our destroy and be good to go. Let's see, we'll take that out. But yeah, it's always first Friday of every month. It's been that way since Mythics ever came out. I'm actually kind of surprised because some things schedules over time has somewhat changed. However, I believe that's one of the longest running scheduled things that they have in the game that have never gotten a schedule modification. Because that's been going on for like, what, 3.5 years or so now? Almost 4? The fact that we have a Mythic every first Friday of every month. Like a lot of other things we've had running for longer, but they might have had their schedule change slightly. Like, for example, Guild Wars. Like, Guild Wars has been running longer, but it's had multiple different schedule changes. I think of everything that's been running event-wise that has never gotten a schedule change, I'm pretty sure Friday Mythic is the longest running one. Oh, yeah, you have Impervious. The skull is kind of pointless. Because no amount of poking you'll watch it kill it. So much so, I'm actually going to do this because we actually get better overall damage if we skull spam the last slot there because he has burning on him. As weird as that may seem, even though we already like half killed that one, due to the fact we have triple damage, it was actually better to still instant kill him. Yay, Guild Wars. It's probably the most stressful mode in the game. It's also set up in a way that it greatly it makes it really hard for anyone who doesn't have most of the content in the game. Because it's a very difficult game mode if you're like an early game, mid game, possibly even the earlier part of late game. Like unless you're level like 1,200 plus at minimum, Guild Wars is probably extremely difficult, and even then it can still be. Because not only might you be lacking options, but you also likely have lower stats than the enemies that you're facing. Anything prior to that. And you're already at disadvantage in the sense that you have to use pure color while the enemy can use whatever as their defense. Jarvise plus Zugoff. You mean Jar Vise in place of our weapon? Due to the amount of blue that it blocks, even with the blue storm after, I believe it's a bit slower. This team can also go quicker if I do Slayer. It's actually going slower because I'm using Dragon Guard. The reason I specifically use Dragon Guard is I personally find it more consistent per hour. However, it is actually slower than if we were to go something like Slayer on it. Yeah, Slayer can get super ultra quick kills with this. Because once it gets that first Zook off, it one-shots everything with skulls. As long as he can be burned. Come on, don't miss. Somewhat missed. Got a bunch of mana, but no extra turn. Partial miss. And is very much dead. Would die to burn regardless. What is a good place to get yellow kills? White Helm, though it does have spell reduction. Other than that, Adana, but it also has spell reduction. And other than that, what's that one kingdom called? Gosh, I forgot its name. But the one twos I just mentioned are probably the two overall best. But what was the name of the other one? I believe Shantang has a pretty decent amount of purple. But White Helm and Adana, I believe, have the highest amount. With Adana having the most. The only problem with Adana is there's quite a few spell reduction troops. But if you're running something like Explorer 1 or Explorer 2, that probably won't matter. If you're running Explorer 3 Rowain, it probably would. Because you can actually make it so you don't have enough damage to kill in many instances. Even with max stats currently available in the game. This due to the fact that it has 50% and 25% spell reduction options in the kingdom. Most of which use yellow. Oh, I just drained my power. That's annoying. Luckily, we got it right back up with the greens that it just created for us. Thank you. I'll leave that alive and hopefully skull spam it, and we do perfect. And they're both stealthy, so that neither of them have stealthy. I still wish I would probably be overpowered in some instances, but I'd be really curious to see how stealthy always functioning would actually work. Like if stealthy always made it so targetable things can never be on it, in the sense that if you have a targetable ability and every single thing on the opposing team is stealthy, the weapon would do nothing. That's not how it currently interacts. Currently, it would allow you to hit whatever, as if none of them have stealthy. I've always been curious how broken that would be the other way around. It wouldn't be like super overpowered, but because it'd be situational if someone was using instant kill. But imagine how hard of a counter that would be to something like Zugov. The fact that he wouldn't be able to target anything if they all had stealthy. I'd be curious to see if they ever implemented it like that. I highly doubt they will. Because the implications of it with how they currently scaled the game around stealthy would make stealthy very broken. Because most stealthy builds are balanced around the fact that you that they can target them once there's none left. Or once they're all stealthy, I mean. I'd still be curious to see how it would pan out. Because it would make a lot of single target things a lot less meta. Mostly Zugov and Iron Gut and a couple things like that. It's very doubtful that they would ever do a change like that, though. This team is better with Slayer, and the banner choice I have is really weird because we're specifically running it with enough mana from the hero, because we're running specifically with a +1 red, which is actually required to kind of make that work. because we're running with a 20% to make sure that we have a +2 purple into the extra little bit of red that we have. So it's a really weird combination because we're actually using +2 on Thrall when you normally should be using +3. But we're using a 20% mana start to basically compensate for that other one that would be missing otherwise. So whenever we take a purple surge, we still get full mana because he starts with 1 mana instead of 0 due to the 20%. So it's a really weird mix. But no, this team would be best with Slayer. The reason I don't run it is it's safer with not Slayer. When will Flameifer be available again? I don't think we currently have it with Invisible Sight. Oh, we got Arachnia. Not as good as an Anu or Nisha, but still nice. But I don't think we currently know when it's coming. Last I recall, it wasn't an Invisible Sight. But it's from, what's it called? It's from Broken Spire. So whenever we next have a Broken Spire event is when you'll be able to get it in Soulforge. The problem is Broken Spire event I do not believe is within the next few months, so it could still be a while. Closest equivalent to it is Urskia's Shield. Problem with Urskia's Shield though is it has I believe 1 less red creation and has no damage attached to it. It's just a red creation essentially. It has summon, but you normally just use it for the red creation if you're using it. But Urskia's Shield is basically a weaker version of Flameifer. However, Urskia's Shield is... I mean, not Urskia's Shield. I meant Urskea Crown is basically a weaker version of Flameifer, I mean. Hello, James! Welcome. Oh, do we have Sky Hero tomorrow? Yeah, it's a yellow-blue weapon that creates a bunch of red. It's very situational, but it can be good. If I'm not mistaken, you need a lot of yellow mana accumulation due to its boost ratio to make it work. And it can be a little clunky sometimes because it doesn't gain too much mana if you don't have a lot of that color on the board, and if it gets denied, that can be very problematic. However, yeah, Sky Hero is not that bad. Super situational, but it can be useful. I'd personally find the one weapon that we have going on this weekend to be more useful, but they both have their purposes. Like, I haven't used Sky Hero in ages. Like, you need really specific types of teams that can work with it. However, one interesting thing with Sky Hero is it might actually work really good with... I didn't think about that. But Sky Hero coming out next week might work out really well with the new Legend. Because the Legend has Yellow, Red, Storm. And the colors that Sky Hero needs to work is yellow and red. So that'd actually be kind of interesting if we can get Sky Hero into that. We might actually need to test that. That might be one instance where Sky Hero is could be potentially really viable. Yeah, we'll definitely need to mess with it, like we did with this weekend's weapon. Except the difference is we'll already have it. And we need the Storm to come out on Friday to actually do it. So once again, we'll test it on Friday. Kind of like we did with the most recent weapon this week. We'll do that on the Friday morning stream. Oh yeah, agreed with Bronze-Lock Pistol is pretty good. I used to run that with Wardbreaker back when Submerged didn't exist. It was Bronze-Lock Pistol, Wardbreaker, Leprechaun, and what's the other option? Oh, and Cedric is what I used to use. Like a little bit of an AoE gold farming. But you can do it with any big mana accumulator. You could do it with Zugoff, you could do it with Wardbreaker, you could do it with, well, pretty much anything you want. And Greed makes it so you kind of bypass that starting mana cost. And you, of course, can use Leprechaun. It just depends which one you want to go for. Greed has more of an upfront damage output, but less mana accumulation. Whereas Leprechaun has the inverse of that. It has more of a mana accumulation, but less of a upfront damage. And with Bronze-Lock Pistol, you gain mana accumulation from the gold boost ratio. Unlike most gold farming teams, which end up gaining damage. So you use it more so for mana accumulation for other troops to carry you. Rather than the gold boost ratio thing itself carrying. Like, for example, when you're using Skeleton Key team, obviously it's Skeleton Key that is carrying you. And everything else is just mana accumulation and stuff around it. Where the Bronze-like pistol is kind of the other way around, where the Bronze-like pistol is the thing that is mana accumulating for the most part, and everything else is what is carrying you. And the only time that Bronze-like pistol can kind of do a pretty decent amount of damage is if you're using it with a triple damage hero class, because in that kind of situation you end up getting it to the triple damage ends up the triple damage ends up triggering off the burning, and then you can end up using that because Bronze-like pistol has burning onto the first slot enemy. It's one of the perks that it gets from being upgraded. If anyone else has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. These will probably wrap up after, not this chest, but the chest after this one. Call it a night, and we'll have the video up tomorrow going over all of the new weekly stuff that we have going on. I won't be going like super in depth into the troops that like we did this stream though. We normally save those for Friday and for our and for tonight, but we will be going over everything else. Like I won't be going over like teams and stuff for Friday's thing already, even though we pretty much already know everything with it. It's gonna be a red-yellow restriction and all that, but everything else we'll be covering, and then the factions themselves will be running on Friday, the day that it comes out, as we do every Friday morning. It's a decent team for Abel Crystal. We messed out around with a couple different things. However, in the end, I found Wild Queen builds to work out the best overall. There are a lot of pretty interesting builds with it, but I personally find Wild Queen ones to be the most consistent. Which way you build it kind of depends on what you have. But something along the lines of like a like some kind of frontline tank followed by Abel Crystal, followed by Wild Queen, followed by like another mana accumulator like Leprechaun or whatever you kind of want to run. And of course you can incorporate Mirage Queen. And oddly enough, many of the teams that do incorporate it actually use Mirage Queen as the frontline tank, because it does have 33% reduction. And of course Mirage Queen does give 50% mana start to all elementals. And while you don't have to use Abel Crystal with elementals, obviously it gains additional benefit for using it with elementals, even though it's not required to be used with elementals. Is Will of Nisha worth crafting? You've been saving for Grey King, but you have 7,221 diamonds. Will of Nisha, for the most part, no. However, it is a magic-based kingdom. So if you're within range of easily getting 10-star for the kingdom and you don't currently have it, but you still need a mythic for the kingdom, it is technically a permanent +1 magic bonus if you could end up getting that. But as far as Will of Nisha itself, no, the troop is completely useless. You would only do it for kingdom upgrading purposes. And that is it. Oh, you have Queen Aurora? Oh, don't get her then. It'd be kind of pointless to get Nisha then. It's basically a weaker version of Yagwei. That mythic had a lot of potential to be the new Yagwei, but they didn't give her any kind of convert. If they would have given her yellow to purple convert, which would have been balanced because she uses yellow, so she'll be denying out one of her own colors. But if they would have given her a yellow to purple convert, she would have actually been really viable, like the new Yagwei, but they didn't. So it came out pretty useless. Because in many situations, Yagwei actually gets better value than her, due to her lack of capability of extra turning. And they're both a pretty similar premise. She does a full AoE, however she has no extra turn potential. Whereas Yagwei does it all up front. Because they both have the same premise. They do a lot of damage to a lot of enemies and steal some magic. It's just Yagwei does it with extra turn potential and for less mana costs. And even though he only hits 2 instead of 4, that's almost beneficial because it means he can't be submerged countered where she can. Yep, no problem. But yeah, any other questions, anyone? Let me know. After this chest, we'll call it a wrap for tonight. And we'll have the event video up tomorrow. As soon as I can possibly get it out. course, in that we'll go over Soulforge, all the normal weekly stuff, bunch of teams, all that good stuff. What do we want to go for there? We'll go for that for now. Also, I will start posting all the campaign tasks on my Monday videos. I won't be really going over it on the Monday video because we'll save that for Monday night stream, which is an hour prior to now tomorrow, as we do every night. We'll still be going over the tasks specifically on the nightly stream, but I'll still have them like posted in the description of the video and in the like pinned note thing that we always have with all the teams and everything in it, just so that people know what they are. Because I kind of stopped doing those little video things just because we kind of already go over it on Monday anyways, like fully in depth. So we kind of already have a video going over it. We just happen to do it on stream rather than as a separate video. Which technically is a separate video because we pretty much go over it immediately. And it makes a lot more sense because the amount of time that it takes us to do it on like a Monday night is like normally like 40 minutes to an hour. Yeah, if I do a video explaining it all, not only am I not really showing it in practice, but it's not even too much quicker. Like it takes still like 20 to 25 minutes or so, which is obviously a bit quicker, but we're not even doing most of them. We're just explaining what they are. Can I post a code for this team? Sure, I can go post it real quick. Just need to go open up the thingy thing. While I'm there, I might as well leave a like on the stream. Let's see, where's Chrome? Open Sesame Chrome. Okay, where's my channel? Your channel. Videos. Oh, I could have just clicked on that. Whoops, why am I going all the way over here? Click on this.
My father taught me.
We got an ad. We'll leave a like. Oh no, an upside down like button. All good. Anyways, where's the code? I need to actually grab it so I can paste it. I was trying to paste it, paste with nothing on it. But this is a team we're currently using. This is Explore 12 with Zugoff. It is slightly quicker with Slayer, but I use it with Dragon Guard because it's safer. But if you only have one or the other upgraded like Slayer instead of Dragon Guard, we're perfectly fine that way. You can also use Sun Spear. However, I do find if you're going to bother doing Sun Spear, to just use Slayer instead at that point. Though you do get the Entangle benefit, but there's a lot of kingdoms where you don't have any a lot of immune up front. Anyways, Explore 12 Zugoff. Can I even type? There we go. Zugoff. I think I spelled that right. It's good enough. But there you guys go. There's the code. That's the team that we've been using this entire time. It does require Zugoff, though, the specific team that we're running. Which obviously is exceedingly rare. Because you have to get it off of a bunch of power orbs. Which realistically you're going to get from crafting a bunch of blue orbs into power orbs. Because trying to actually get power orbs is exceedingly difficult. Especially on the PC mobile version of the game. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. As I mentioned, we'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about an hour prior to now tomorrow. We'll be mostly going over all of the tasks for next week. All the bronze, silver, and gold tasks, assuming we can do them immediately. Because like this week we got blocked on dungeons till the following day. But you know, whatever we can get done, we will get done. And get that all done during the stream and just kind of show them and some methods for it. And other than that, we'll be covering the weekly video on this Monday. And get that out as soon as I can. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful week. And stay safe out there.